Hey, it's getting close to Thanksgiving, you know? So, in the next few videos, we're going to talk about things associated with Thanksgiving. Now, according to my calendar, next week is Thanksgiving, or as some would say, Turkey Day. Whoa! So, why do we think of turkeys and Thanksgiving together? Why do we associate turkeys with Thanksgiving? Well, when we think of the first Thanksgiving, we think of the Pilgrims and Indians eating together. And we're going to have some conversations about that in the next couple of videos as well. And we think that perhaps turkey was on the menu for the Pilgrims and Indians when they gathered. Well, maybe. We're not sure, but we do know that wild turkeys would have been very plentiful for the Pilgrims and the Indians to eat in those times in the 1600s in what was known as the New World. So turkeys sort of became associated with Thanksgiving. Hey, some turkey trivia. Did you know that wild turkeys can fly for short distances at up to 55 miles an hour? And wild turkeys are also fast on the ground. They can run at speeds up to 25 miles an hour. Wow. Did you know that male turkeys are called toms or gobblers? Female turkeys are called hens, and little baby turkeys are called poults. Now, the female hens make a clucking noise or a clicking noise. Click, 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 click. And the male turkeys are the only ones that gobble. Can you gobble? There are people who gobble very well. I'm probably not one of them. Wild toms or wild turkeys love to gobble when they hear loud sounds or when they settle in for the night. And did you know that turkeys, wild turkeys, sometimes spend the night in trees? Yes. Now, Ben Franklin, some of you may have heard of him. He was a leader of the United States in the early days in the 1700s, what they call him a great American statesman. He thought the turkey was so American that it should have been chosen as our national bird and symbol rather than the bald eagle. Ben Franklin stated the turkey was much more respectable, and it was also a native to North America. Well, of course, as you know, the bald eagle won the contest. So, back to Thanksgiving and turkeys. Yes, that first Thanksgiving. Yep, there was a feast in 1621 for the Pilgrims and the Indians. However, it was not an annual celebration following that as it is now. In fact, up until 1863, Thanksgiving Day did not exist. This changed in the year of 1863 when a lady by the name of Sarah Hale encouraged Abraham Lincoln, the president, to set aside the last Thursday in November as a day for national Thanksgiving and prayer. Well, and after that, turkeys became associated with the Thanksgiving meal. That's right, those baked, juicy, delicious hot turkeys. Oh, and those drumsticks. So, more than 45 million turkeys are cooked, and 525 million pounds of turkey are eaten during Thanksgiving. That's a lot of turkey. Speaking of eating, many people gather together on Thanksgiving to eat. And you know that it is good to eat together. There's something about sitting at a table, we'll call it table fellowship. There's just something about fellowshipping at a table when you're eating together and when you're talking. And it's not just at Thanksgiving, it can be year round. But when we talk and eat together, it's food for the soul. That's why Thanksgiving and Christmas are often looked at as nice opportunities, great opportunities for people to get together, to eat, and to enjoy each other as family. It's good to be together, and it's good to eat together. Did you know that eating together in the Bible times was a common practice? That's right. Throughout the New Testament and the Old Testament, we read of people sitting down and sharing a meal together. It was a cultural welcome. In Acts chapter 2, we learn about the early church. The believers shared their lives together. They ate and they prayed together, and everyone was amazed at what God was doing. And all the believers were together. They shared everything they had. They sold property and other things they owned, and they gave to anyone who needed something. Every day they met together in the temple courtyard, and they ate meals together in their homes. Their hearts were glad and sincere. Jesus himself often ate meals with his disciples and others of his followers or people he just wanted to meet. In fact, one of the neat stories in John chapter 21, after Jesus rose from the dead, he appeared to his disciples one morning when they were fishing, and he invited them to come ashore and to have breakfast with him. And I think that was pretty neat that Jesus actually made his disciples breakfast. I like to go out and eat breakfast with my friends. It's good to get together with others. Hebrews chapter 10 reminds us, let us not give up meeting together. Now, we know that this year may be a bit different, as we will not be able to gather in larger groups to eat together as we have been used to. And it is true that some of us are not able to gather as families this Thanksgiving. For my wife and I, we are going to be sort of by ourselves. We're not gathering with our larger family because we want to protect our health and we want others to be safe as well. And I know that's going to affect some of you. And you may feel a bit sad about that. And I understand that. However, there are ways that we can still encourage each other on Thanksgiving Day and on any holiday or any day with phone calls, with Zoom meals. I hear that some families are planning to eat together via technology. That is, they will have their Zoom screens, their iPads, or their computers on, and while they eat, they may be talking to somebody who is in a different part of the county, the state, or even the world. These are new and creative ways that we can bless each other. So even though you may not be able to eat with your family this year, you may not be able to have that table fellowship, no matter what, find ways to still enjoy Thanksgiving. Find ways to still have table fellowship with your family and your friends. And if you are at your home eating with your housemates, well, let's make that a great time of celebration. So, in these next few days, we're going to continue talking about some Thanksgiving themes. We're going to work at enjoying Thanksgiving together this year. And remember, Turkey Day is a day to be celebrated. So today, have a day filled with joy and a day filled with peace.